Hello, I'm Todd Lewis from Fiasco Sports, reporting for the SA Football Magazine. Today I'm joined by Division 5 Glenunga coach Brian Leys, and he's going to do our weekly roundup. So Brian, we'll just go through the results from the weekend. Hectorville got over Elizabeth by 3 points. Rosewater defeated Greenacres by 20 points. CBC Old Collegians got over Poultney by 24 points. Smithfield went down to Lockleys by 9 goals. And Glenunga unfortunately went down to Blackfries by 31 points. Obviously a disappointing result.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think Blackfries are probably they outworked us around the footy. They were a lot more efficient when they had ball in hand, and I think their bigger bodies made sure that they got first use of the footy as well.
Yeah. What were some of the signs you can improve on for next week out of yesterday?
Kicking efficiency is our biggest. We turned the footy over far too much. I think they kicked 12 to 13 goals from our turnovers. So to do that with the young side, we have to be able to compete with ball in hand. And if we don't have kicking efficiency when we've got the footy, we give it back to them, then we're going to get beaten more times than not.
Yeah, were there many positive signs to come out of yesterday?
No, most certainly. I had 10 or 11 guys, 21 or under, in the A-grade side. That's a real positive. When we did move the football in the way we wanted to, we looked really good. But it's making sure that we do that well. We work for each other when we have the ball, and we work even harder when we don't have the ball to get it back.
Yeah, is it challenging to coach a young group like that? Obviously, there was obviously some inexperienced blokes in the side. Is it hard to make sure they stay focused?
I think with every footballer, mate, it's hard to make them stay focused. You probably have your 5 or 6 guys who have played enough football to understand football and know what to do, but the rest of them, it's a constant reminder of them where to run, what to do, game situation, game awareness, what it is, how to do it. So yeah, it will always be, I think, a constant reminder to them on what they do with football in hand.
Yeah, okay, we'll just get a tip from you for this week's games, if you can just bear with me for a second. So we've got CBC Old Collegians taking on Smithfield. Who do you think will win that one?
I think it'll be pretty close just on current form. I think Smithfield will probably bounce back after a loss to Lockleys yesterday, so I'll say Smithfield in that one.
Okay, Hectorville will take on Rosewater out at Hectorville.
Yeah, I think early days, Hectorville will probably try and close the game down as much as they possibly can. I haven't seen a lot of Rosewater play, but I know they'll certainly try and score, but I think that'll be pretty close. I think Rosewater may just get across the line there.
Okay, and Greenacres take on Poultney.
Again, two sides that I don't know a great deal about. I think that'll be... Greenacres have had a really good win this year, and I think they went down yesterday, and Poultney are probably struggling a little bit early, so I'll say Greenacres just on current form.
Okay, and Lockleys take on Blackfries, Old Scholars.
Yeah, I think that'll be a really good game. Both sides are bigger bodied. They work really hard. They spread really hard. They've got some good inside players, but they've got some... I think both sides have got some really good gut runners as well. So, I think that'll be a tough one. Lockleys, from my point of view, will probably just get over the line there, but I think that'll be a really good game.
Okay, and Glenunga take on Elizabeth.
Glenunga, mate.
Pretty easy one. How do you think you'll go this week?
Like I said, every game's a tough one for us. We've come from the last 2 years. We've been a very poor club in A4, and I think a lot of that reflects on the way we still play our football. We revert back to basic football where we become fairly one-dimensional, and we've got to get that out of our game. And the more we train and play in the way that we want to, and the more we execute that, the better side will become. So I don't think there's going to be any easy game for us this year, and it's about just maintaining where we are at the moment and stop that downward spiral.
Yeah, obviously it's early in the season, but are you starting to see a little bit of a shift in that game style?
No, yeah. Again, it all takes time. Every coach you speak to, I'm certainly bringing in a few different ideas, maybe too many ideas sometimes, but it's about getting the guys to understand how to play that style. But to play that style, we have to be able to execute. And if we can't execute with our kicking efficiency, then we're really going to struggle. And I think, as you saw, I think Glenunga last year, our average points against were about 121 points. And this year, we're still leaking a lot of goals. We get players getting in behind us where our defensive pressure is not quite there. So for us to start winning games, we're okay offensively, but defensively we've got to get some more defensive pressure and stop sides scoring as freely as they do.
Okay, thank you, Brian. I'm Todd Lewis from Fiasco Sports, reporting for the SA Football Magazine. I've been joined by Brian Leys from the Glenunga Football Club in the Division 5 comp. So he's done our weekly roundup.